So I'm just packing my gear for my fishing for tomorrow. And I'll be using the bag from Waterfly Mid Net 2 First Kung Fu Sports Backpack, inspired by image of monks and Shaolin Zen culture. This is what the bag looks like. So I've got this khaki bag with me, and I'll be packing my tackle in that bag. And this is the bag. So it comes in a nice pouch for the bag, which is very nice. And the color that I have is the khaki version. Look at that, right? That looks pretty neat. The fabric material, I think it'll withstand water fairly well, and it has a nice big opening. You can easily access the entire back panel through the zippers right here, which has a nice padding, by the way, so when you're putting it on your back it's nicely padded. But look at that, it opens it up very wide, so you can access this either through the back side or through the top. So inside with the Velcro, you've got place for your notebook and other little bits and pieces with this netted mesh, with a separate pocket, zip pocket area here. You can strap your keys, and you can even secure your load right up here as well with these straps. So you not only have this notebook padded area right here, but through the side access you also have another separate padded area. So I guess you can put on a notebook and an iPad or whatever. And at the back, when you're traveling, you can actually hook this up with your carry-on luggage, and that will go in through the handlebar. You've got waist strap. If you don't want to use it, the beauty is you don't want to have this dangling around. You can unclip this and you can just take them off. So this will be ideal if you're like a rock fisherman, but for me, I'm jumping on a boat, so I don't really need that. And that'll just make it a bit more dangle free. Alright, so let's see what I can fit in. I've got my main tackle that has all the lures and hooks and sinkers and whatnot. So I'll pack this one first. So that will go right here like that. I've got some pre-made rigs with all the leader and the hooks. I think that'll go here nicely. Soft plastics. And I've got more soft plastics right here, ready for all occasions. I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag just in case some of those juices leak. So I'll be placing it right at the bottom. I've got some gloves that I'll be using, and I also like to put it in a plastic bag because after it's gotten wet and whatnot, I want to keep my bag and everything else nice and dry. Alright, so with that, first of all, I'll close the zipper. So close it up. So I've got my main stuff in there now. I've got my tackle, I've got my rigs, and I have soft plastic, so all the big bulky items out of the way. Let's load up with some more stuff. Alright, so I've got sunscreen. I will have these in this separate compartment right here. And as for some tools, I'm going to put it on this little side pocket. And whatever you need to put in addition, you can just throw them in. And I've got a whole pack of squid jigs. I'll drop it in like that. So the beauty is, because it's got this rolling mechanism, you can kind of stuff it all the way to the top. Alright, so I've got still heaps of room. This is where I'll put an empty tray. So this is where I'm going to put some of the used fishing gear. Chuck them in there like that. And this is where I'll store my phone. That'll be a perfect place for it. 16 Pro Max in a very rugged case. and that slots in nicely. Look at that. And if you don't need this, you can also detach that as well, but I will make use of that tomorrow. So there you go, all nice and packed. I'll put a link in the description, and I will actually see how this goes tomorrow. Hey,
Good morning.
good morning. Lots of people, eh?
Yeah.
I packed a fair bit more on this bag. Look at that. It's packed to the top. Let's see if I can squeeze this one in. Which is one of those super long selfie sticks. Can I fit that in somewhere? Oh yes. Lots of boats today. Very busy ramp. I think we are expecting some fantastic conditions today, so let's go.